We're a team now, Niara, and we're all going to have to work together if we're going to make it through this. Those supplies are going to have to be shared amongst everyone.
But these kids, they're not even, we handed some out last night on the walk, but these guys they've got no idea. They're just going in and stealing. I sweated my balls off to get that stuff.
I know, you tell me about it all the time.
Well, it bears repeating.
Okay.
So what are you going to do?
We're going to institute...
Take his hand?
We're not going to take his hand. That's not... Also, we don't know who did it.
I'm pretty sure I know who did it.
Could you... I mean, they all look the same, let's be honest.
That's risk coming from an ant. No, I mean, some of my best friends are ants, but...
No, I don't think this is working. I don't think this is working too well. Okay, I'm going to try and institute like a kind of... We'll only distribute rations at meal times daily.
Okay.
And anyone who takes them at other times will be punished in an unspecified way.
I drag him along behind the car.
Right, so I am going to make you... Have you got converse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens. Just roll. That's probably the one you want to roll on.
What have we got?
You get some rerolls from
One
that.
converse. Two converse. It's not a strong roll.
Right. Oh, and
It's been negative,
what else have
isn't
you
it?
got? So you've also got...
Connections and figure out and make, which is not going to help that much.
Okay, right. So I've got it. So you say you sort of get your people together. And you say, okay, listen up. We're going to spread the news. We're going to tell people they've got to leave the carts alone. And you get some of your guys on the main food cart. You get some of your guys to like sort of stand on the edge, stand around the cart, like get on the cart, sort of ride with it to guard it all the time. And that works well, so that you're not going to have any problems with people stealing food. Unfortunately, some way up the road, one of the axles of one of your wagons buckles and breaks, and you're waylaid for a while, and you make a roll, see if you can fix it.
Now this is kind of more of my wheelhouse, so we should be able to handle this. I have
That is
4
what
mates.
we were looking for.
Oh, bloody hell.
You got reroll as well
So
if you want it. Just reroll.
Let's get this done.
I don't think you can get better than five.
Well, I sure can. I got
That's
6.
Okay, and what's the other?
I just produce a wheel out of nowhere.
It's fine, guys. Got this.
Okay, but the thing is that now I have to give you a really good side effect, and it has to be related to connections. Okay, so
One of the refugees is a wheelwright. I don't know.
no, I was going to give you. I've made myself a table so that I can just look at.
Wait, isn't there like a punishment as well for like having something for succeeding in something?
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's
'cause-
like-
But only if you don't do very well. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I made his axle break.
So it's 3 is success,
Um,
2 is success with a negative,
and then 4
consequence,
or
and
more
four
is
yeah.
success with positive.
and 1 is just nothing. You
So what was
can't
the other
go.
one again? 4 connections. Where is connections? Here you go. Right. So you go up to the wagon and Niara's there, and he's like, "You idiot, you imbecile! This wagon's broken." And he says, "You're like, listen, I could leave you here at the side of the road. I've got no fucking obligation to take you with me. I could take the rest of your wagons. We can leave this wagon. I'm going to fix this thing. We're going to put all this business behind us. And you're not going to give me any more trouble."
Is that actually
That's
Do we
good.
agree?
I like that. Yeah, take that.
And he goes, all right. And he looks a little bit intimidated, and he walks off. And then you, with a couple of your boys, you pop you get a spare timber off one of the other things, and you trim it down. And you push a new axle through, and you set off. I'm now going to swap back to you guys.
I'm healing this dude right now, and I've got,
We've
if
got-
you remember, a bunch of heals.
You
We've got to find the supplies faster, don't we? But I assume I've got.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I've
got
already
like
done the side effect of that thing. The side effect was that the guy was too stubborn to leave.
Oh.
So I resolved that. But yeah, you can heal the guy. You basically just that's what you're getting on with. Are you going to set up the big top here? Because the big top itself takes probably 45
No,
minutes.
because
to
my
set up.
guys went with Ben's.
Oh, did they all
and
go?
with
So
the
you've
half
just
of
got.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's him and then me and half of my guys.
Okay, fair enough. So you're in there healing. That takes you a little while. I'm going to deal with what Ben's doing outside. So you're fortifying, are you?
Yeah. So we're going to go into the 3 empty houses, strip them out, anything that we can use to build some barricades across the road,
Okay.
that sort of thing. Then board up the windows and basically just fortify.
Okay, you set up the barricade. This turns out to be a little bit of a hassle for you because there are occasional refugees coming down the road in sort of small gangs, 1s and 2s, stragglers, the sort of people who might have been with your party or one of the other parties
Right.
overnight, but camped out somewhere and are now chasing after you. So your people are sort of. In fact, roll. See how your people are. Just roll 1 to see how your people are dealing with the annoyance.
Honourable.
Honourable. Okay, so they're being
pretty good about it.
they're being good about it. They're letting the people through. They're sort of.
They're
They're not like robbing them, which they might have done if they were feeling mercantile. You might be saying, "Well, I'll let you pass," but there's a
toll.
There's
There's
a
a
toll
toll now.
Exactly. But no, your people are being respectful, which is good and honourable. But you're not getting any money from it, so I don't know.
Yeah, but we're rinsing the houses in the meantime. We've got
That's
3
true.
houses to pillage.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
there's a
Have
bunch
they not
of
already taken their stuff?
there's a
Have they not already taken all their stuff when they left?
they're taking a lot of their stuff. The houses. There's no food or anything.
What about things like silverware?
There's some.
Or
There's some.
the ant equivalent of
There's
silverware.
yeah. There's
Chittenware.
Yeah, exactly. There's some chitin. Yeah, there's some all right chitinware. They took the nice stuff, obviously. It gets ditto. Basically, there's anything that was too big for them to take. So there's a bunch of furniture. It's not particularly nice. It's sturdy, but not fancy.
That's barricade material then.
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly. So that stuff goes out for the barricade. There's like jars and that sort of thing. You do find a little bundle of unhatched glowworm eggs, which are actually quite useful. Glowworms, when they grow up, they're used as a lantern alternative quite often. And also, if you guys are like sort of,
We
if
have a
it ties
thing
into
for
your
light,
light
so
spirituality,
that's
that
good.
might even be a good omen for your people. So that's you don't find anything amazing. These are these are one step up from hovels, and they've already been cleared out. But you do find some stuff in there. While all this is happening, you walk back out and you're sort of surveying the work, and you're quite satisfied with how it's going. And then you, Dan, you're in there, and the guy's not the best patient in the world. Well, I'll be honest, but he's letting you treat him, which is great.
What's wrong with him anyway?
Oh, it's he's got something in his lungs, and
Okay.
you're getting certain herbs and basically making him
Pestle
like
water,
basically making him some Vicks. Essentially, just clearing his throat out, and he's having to cough up a load of horrible phlegm. But it's
Right.
basically get it out of your body,
Yeah.
and you're like doing that, being quite stoic. You hear both of you hear a really loud, out of pretty much nowhere. It starts quite quietly and it rapidly comes in. It's a loud droning sound.
I assume one of his guards is next to me, and I turn to him and find out what that is.
Okay, yeah, okay.
May I just ask, firstly, how much time has passed at this point?
You've probably got you've been here about 45 minutes, so you've probably got about another 20 minutes until you can leave.
Okay.
But you'd have to pack up the barricade and stuff, which will take a bit longer. Unless
We'll just leave it. Second, has the storm hit?
No, the sky's still looking ominous, but you reckon you've probably got a few more hours.
Wait.
Third, and finally, is the daughter back?
Yes, I should have dealt with that. So the daughter actually came back a little while ago.
Okay.
We rewind a bit and deal with this. So she comes up. She's got a wicker basket lined with some sort of like membrane or gut or something, which is full of water, and she's balancing it on top of her head. She's a bit homely. She's not
stunning.
She's not a treat for the. I mean, she's not a treat for the eyes.
But she's
if
not
that's
paper
okay.
bag worthy.
She's also an
Okay,
insect.
brilliant. Yeah, she's
Not much this butcher's is going to be too useful.
Oh wait, they're crickets, aren't they?
Yeah, in fact, she sort of lands. You see her, she comes and
Yeah.
she lands with a sort of because she obviously jumped covering long distances. Crickets sometimes do that by jumping because it's faster.
Crickets are not known for their attractiveness, so that works.
No, and I'm not even sure what species you are, but I don't know how attracted you'd be to a different species anyway.
I think we've got other things on our minds.
Yeah, so you're worried at the moment you're being, so she lands and walks up
Oh my god.
and says, and she's like, I want to see my dad, where's Papa? And she sort of walks into the hut and she's like, what are they doing to you?
He's ill, and you know this. We're passing through, and we're here to take refuge during the rains, but I'm also healing your father right now.
And the old man says, they're alright, don't worry, they're okay. I've completed Tilda, that was her name.
Yeah.
Okay. That was not particularly important. She's a minor NPC.
It was good.
Let's
it was
all
good.
be
It
honest.
was some good
Anyway,
story
let's
building.
wind forward a little bit. So she's in there. You can send her out. She's the one you send out to look. I'm going to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because the guard's actually helping you. You're sort of supporting this guy, and she's a bit too. She's not really strong enough to do that. Whereas
Right.
the guard you got with
Okay.
is not because she's a woman, just because she's young.
Okay. Sure.
Just to be clear.
Just to be clear.
Well, this is the other thing I was thinking. This is a world where like there are plenty of species like with spiders. The woman's bigger, the female's bigger and more powerful than the male. So all of that stuff. Like this isn't really like this isn't a world like there are as many female soldiers as males. All that sort of stuff.
We're
Because
gonna
like
have-
it varies by species.
Are we gonna have like queens as well, who are like literally sort of
That's
as
a good
large
question.
as a village?
That's how it works for the black ants.
Right.
The red ants queens. The other way around. The red ants are the evil ones. Ben's black ants. His the female. They're not. They don't have the traditional sort of hive structure. I don't
Okay.
think. But some. I can't remember what I was saying.
Sorry.
Whatever. Basically, some people are like with a huge queen, and some people aren't. I'm going to play it by ear.
Okay.
Like I don't know how wasps and ants are wasps and bees and that sort of thing are going to work. Yeah, you might not meet any. Who
Fair
knows?
enough. But anyway, so with the rains that are coming, with
Well, it's a
with
drone.
the
We don't know what it
drone-
is.
Okay, so you look up and you see a big, like house big, stag beetle, non-sentient, like an animal, coming down out of the sky, sort of wavering. I mean, they don't fly that well at the best of times, but in fact, no. Have you got notice or anything like that?
Yes. I
Okay,
do.
make a roll so you can get some notice.
Right, so I have one
He's still-
notice.
Roll it, roll.
Yeah, I just want to see what else I've got. 3 fights, 2 shoots.
I mean, we're holding on to those.
Shoot might be useful.
Fine control and speed. Nice. Notice of 1 is 4. Right. No more notices.
No more notice. Okay, so you just see this thing flying down out of the sky, and you see that it's heading as if it's going to land some distance away from you, probably about. It's hard to judge, but you don't think it would be. You could run there, I think, rather than like it
So a
being an
couple
hour's
minutes,
trek.
couple minutes.
Yeah, like 10 minutes tops, really.
There and back, or there? 10 minutes.
We don't know that precisely.
Okay.
You also see that there's a few, again, non-sentient hornets accompanying it, and you see on the back of the hornets there are riders, and on the back of the stag, up near the head, there's like a small sort of like palanquin, like a little platform. And you see it head down. The noise it makes is pretty terrific, and everyone's sort of looking up at it and being a bit startled. And then you hear a distant thump about 30 seconds after you first see it.
Oh, yeah, we've finished our fortifications at this stage, haven't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Do you have like archer types, or like just to get ready,
We do have shoots.
Yeah, you've got some
just in
archers.
case, because you don't know who these people are. They could be like fleas
Right.
as well.
So we got the road fortified, we got the houses fortified. We're dealing with essentially flying cavalry.
How far am I with healing this dude? It's not my turn.
Well, this isn't really in turn order. You probably got about another 10 minutes.
Okay, cool. So healed by the time that these
Healed by the time
if I need to
by the
get
time his
help.
investigation's done, he's probably. I mean, when I say healed, his daughter will probably have to keep like giving him fresh poultice or something.
Okay.
But what you need to do here will be done.
Great. What?
Right. Do we have any idea what faction these people belong to?
No, you didn't notice anything.
So they
I'm
could be
afraid.
friendly, they could be foe.
You have no idea.
Okay, I think we're going to play it safe. I pull all of our men back into the houses. We abandon the road fortifications. They're not going to be any use against flying cavalry if they attack.
Okay.
But a strong fortification would be. We've got men at the walls, so to speak, men at the windows.
Yeah.
Have a few left over. I think we're going to try and knock some pathways through into the adjacent buildings. So
So you can get between them. Okay.
Clear path
Okay,
between all
I'm
of
going
them.
to roll to see how people handle this situation because it seems like, and Dan, you as well because you. Oh no, your people aren't here.
They're feeling brave.
Okay, they.
Okay, so they're prepared to. They're
They
not
sort
feeling
of-
intimidated or anything
No,
like that.
no,
They're ready to
no.
fight.
But in
They're
fact,
ready to go.
they're actually a slightly
They're eager.
They're eager. If anything, they might be slightly over eager, as in they would rather charge out. They're doing what you want. They're staying in the defences, but they would rather charge out. That's sort of their.
Because if
their
you're military,
instinct.
they'd be
I want to. I'm tempted to send out a couple of scouts.
But with
It's up to
their
you.
attack.
It's up to you.
Do you have fast steeds or fast?
Well, I want them
Scarabs?
to be sneaky. I don't want them being spotted. So, all right, I'll send out a couple of scouts to survey it, to not engage under any circumstances.
What
and
to go
report back
through the?
as soon as we've
Go through the
identified.
dandelion.
Basically, to try and spot where they've landed, see what faction they belong to, determine whether they're friend or foe, whether they're in good shape or whether they've taken a bit of a battering. You know, general
Okay.
intelligence gathering.
The healing takes a little bit longer than you're expecting because the old man is both disruptive having like all these people cram in.
Right.
And
right. Yeah.
Also, what are you going to do? There were some refugees with you. A few of them stuck around. What
Did
are
they?
you going to?
I
Yeah,
thought we sent them all on.
yeah, but they don't always follow orders. Some of them prefer to hang around with the soldiers. So
We
what-
tell them to get inside and stay out of the way.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's getting cramped in here, which is interfering with your medicine. And also, this guy is not that impressed with both the fact that you're in his house and also that you're about to knock through into all of the houses next.
Is
to
he
him.
in? Is he in one of the centre houses then, rather than the end house?
He's in the end house.
We'll knock through into like his least favourite room or something. I don't know. We'll be
Okay,
nice about
okay.
it.
He's only
Not
got,
through the builder's
he's
wall.
got like 2 rooms, so it's like
The one he's not in at the moment. Then.
Yeah. Okay, he's definitely not impressed, and the daughter's being a pain as well. Can't
will-
think why.
We'll figure it out. There are things more important right now than than your house.
Okay. So people there, you hear prayers in various languages. After a little while, the troops, your scouts that sent out come back and they drop in and they say they like drop down, and your people at the window sort of tense up, but then they recognise them and you let them in, and they say we didn't get too close, but the heraldry on the palanquin was definitely Whitgate City heraldry. It had the distinctive white arch, which is their logo.
Did you notice the species?
There were various species.
Okay.
What sort of shape are they in?
They looked exhausted. Some of them looked battle wounded, but they looked well armed, well prepared. We didn't see who was in the palanquin.
The city guard?
I would say they looked like the city
Or the
guard.
governor, something like that.
See, they stayed behind, didn't they? Yeah. I guess we
Derek will
must,
go out and have a word with them.
take some men.
Yeah,
with
take a few, but
50?
we'll play it. Not
59 men.
To be honest,
Goes
yeah,
without
take
saying.
an equal
No,
number
we have- I
to
don't-
who's there right now.
I think
guess.
we got the priority is making sure that the people back at the houses are well fortified, well defended. So we'll take a few, maybe an escort of 3 or 4 men, something like that. We'll go speak to them. No weapons drawn, friendlies. See how it goes.
Okay. I'm going to.
Sorry.
That's fine. That's actually not bad because I'm now going to break and I'm going to swap back over to Ben. As you're ready to go, I'm going to cut over to. Ben. Now this is mixed in time a bit because this is probably happening later than the events that you're describing.
Right.
But you're not going to see each other in time for it to matter.
Right.
You see the city of Northrud coming over coming up. It's dominated by the cathedral in the centre of town. And as you come closer to it,
My impression is like how big.
it's quite a lot smaller than Whitgate. It's more like a county town than like a massive trading city.
Does it look like prosperous? Does it look quite?
It looks like the cathedral looks very nice. The rest of the town doesn't look as nice. It's got a very solid wall around it. It also looks like everything's. I mean, you're a long way off. It looks like it's sort of seen better days.
So,
As you approach, the main thing that you notice is that there's a big throng outside the city walls. Of as you get close, you see like a dust cloud resolve into basically dozens of hundreds of tents and thousands of people walking back and forth beyond the city that all look a bit sort of destitute and in trouble. And as you get closer, you see that there are guards manning the wall and that the gates are shut.
We've got to find shelter. That's
So
you've
the
got
people
people
you
there
have
too,
with
yeah.
you turning up are
Also,
I got so people as well. Yeah.
are a considerable proportion of like the people you have turning up are like 10%, 50, maybe even 20% the size of the people here. Like this is a big lot of people you're adding to this
Wait, is that including our
city.
people?
there's
No,
the
including
whole-
your people.
Quite a lot of. So I've got Dan's people and half of Ben's people with me.
and your people.
And
So
the refugees.
You've
And the
got
refugees.
you've got most of the group with you.
Okay. Well, we'll set up our kind of little tent city.
Yeah.
Just outside for just a second, but I'll tell people to do that, and then I'll go to the gates.
Who do you bring with you?
Just my second.
Okay, so you walk up. Actually, quickly, Ben, could you roll one dice just to see how people react?
I was going to say I want to see
Should
how
I
they do.
roll as well?
They're feeling military.
Okay.
They're not. I don't think they're in the mood to take no for an answer
Yes,
in terms of getting inside.
I'll bring Ben your second. Scout
Yes,
as well.
feel free to
Yeah.
feel free. Actually, Ben, why don't you roll as well?
That's exactly what I was hoping for. Military.
I
Common.
got mercantile.
You're feeling common.
Common. Okay, so they actually quite a few of them disperse out into the crowd and start trying to earn a quick buck by
By doing just little tricks.
little
Way to
little
be
shows,
helpful,
doing
Dan.
a little bit of street stuff, which is a pain in the ass because Ben wants to be able to move out as quick as possible. Your people are feeling mercantile.
Yes, I'm not sure how to explain that at this point.
They might try
Looking
and
to strike a
steal
deal?
some things. Is all I can
Or they
think.
might try and start selling our goods to
Oh.
other
I was thinking-
desperate people.
I thought maybe selling
Yeah,
Niara's
people.
stuff
That's
to get
good.
into
Yes,
the city or
as you
something like
circle
that.
the wagons, one of your people steps off the car and says, "Come one, come all, goods for sale." And you look at him very unimpressed. How are you going to react? Are you going to like discipline him, or are you just going to leave it?
I'll just
Oh, it's
tell them.
windy as shit out there. Look at that.
Pan camera.
And I'll,
Sorry.
I'll tell them don't get settled in because they're not going to be here for long.
Okay, fair enough. And then you head off with just your second. Okay.
Oh, I'll bring Raphael as well. Spend second.
Okay, fair enough. So you walk up to the. What about Dan's second?
Wait, my second.
Yeah, is he Ben? I'm asking if he can bring.
I don't know Dan's second. I don't trust
My
him.
second doesn't actually have a name yet.
But what's his deal?
I think it's going to be a her. She is a thief/athlete. She's
Okay.
a former thief. Now she's like kind of an athlete person, but she was kind of like trained by Zhao.
Okay.
Oh, she
Yeah.
might just slow us down.
Bit
She's a
too
thief.
ethical.
Oh, she wouldn't slow you down.
No, but he means like in terms of moral quandaries.
Oh, right. Yes,
Um,
maybe.
Okay, so you head up to the gates, and you sort of that you see a guard on top of the gates, and you sort of well, he just sort of looks at you, and are you going to say anything? Because if you just stand there for a while, he'll just shout something down at you.
I'll just say what the hell's going on here.
It's like, no more refugees allowed in the city walls. I'm afraid. Cardinal's orders.
You want to take this one, seeing as your leader is here?
Yeah, I don't really know how to start. Let's do a converse roll, or just a roll. I guess.
Just roll, yeah, just roll, and you can probably decide how this turns out. This is exactly what, if you can't decide what to do, this is exactly what the situation's for.
I'd like to work out some stuff about their town, but it's quite difficult to do from here.
That's
Like-
fine, no, figure out, you can get some good figure out. What else have you got?
Got
So you've
make.
got 3 figure out,
2 on make as well.
2 on make, which I don't know if that's applicable.
No,
What
we
else?
can make a battering ram.
What was make?
Yeah, I could make seed.
I am feeling military.
Oh my god.
Right.
Okay, I was hoping for a better converse.
Oh, you've got a better figure out though. You've got a figure out with a good benefit now, haven't you?
So I'd
if
like
you
to
want
work out
to.
if the city inside is looking like it's overcrowded.
from what you could see coming down, like you look at the number of campfires coming up, and you see it's busier than you'd expect for a town of this size, but certainly not as crowded as Whitgate was. Like,
Right.
So it could take more.
it could certainly take more people. Whilst you're there, you look up at the guards on the wall, and you, because you lived in Whitgate for quite some time, you recognise the armour of the guys that they have. They've got distinctive red tint to their armour. They're a group known as the Dawn Brigade, who were a group which was originally a member. They're originally members of Vessi's mercenary company, but several years ago they basically resented how much.
Oh no, it wasn't acrimonious.
It was acrimonious.
Okay.
They basically resented you guys pretty much only take you
Best
sort
of the best.
Yeah, you take the best of the best, but you've also got you've got a moral code which works against you in that you can't take the dirty cases, but it also works for you in that you're very trusted. People will trust you to be a city watch because they know you won't be corrupt, too corrupt. These guys basically wanted to be a bit more the other end of things, and so eventually they started taking jobs on the side. You expelled them, and they formed their own rival company, who had also worked in Whitgate after you left, and they now seem to be manning the walls of this city.
Right, I'm going to see how my guy is feeling about this.
Yeah.
What he wants to do. Right, so that's 3 1s.
Wait, which
3
one?
1s,
You
why?
doing?
4 and 6. I think I was going to go for the first one. Scouts.
Scout, no.
Science smarts. So I got 4 on science smarts.
You
Rerolled
can.
this.
Okay, fair enough.
What are the walls like?
They're sturdy mud brick, veneered over. So
Like
it's
how
just
high?
High,
It's quite strong.
50 feet, I would
Right.
say, tall, you're shouting up
Do
at
I
the guy.
want science smarts? I mean, what can I realistically do with it? I'd have thought figure out would be more useful at this stage.
Yeah,
but-
figure
Might
out if
be,
they
yeah,
can
feel free
actually
to reroll
hold
them.
as many people as they need to hold. Because, the guy said there wasn't really a concern
Yeah,
for us
I'm
to
gonna
go to the city, you know?
Figure out. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
And I've ended up with nothing really. I've got 2 on find control, 2 on figure out, 2 on make, and that's it. So lots and
Okay.
lots of things with
Yeah, I'm going to quickly do
Negatives.
something. I'm going to quickly do a consequence for Ben, because you should get a positive consequence because you've got so many points in figure out. So what have you got? You've got science,
connections
and
and converse.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to say that you've got positive connections in that you see people who make these sort of mud bricks, graffiti, as they sort of make them. They leave their mark in them. You see that down by the gate the mark, and you know the firm that repaired this section of wall, and that they tend to cut corners and be a bit shoddy.
any chance you can pass this information on to me?
Yeah, but I'm
Yes.
gonna say that at this point you're gonna talk to these people if you want. You can go and just stand there.
That makes sense.
and
I'll
then
keep
leave.
that in mind, and then we'll
Okay.
try and.
So you figured out that another thing I should give you as part of the figure out is that this city probably is. Oh, well, as you saw, the people were starting to resent how many refugees are passing through and that they're sapping the land, and so it's understandable that this city might not have the most charitable impulses now, especially months after months, that they probably aren't so happy to keep taking on refugees.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll talk to him again then with the general thrust that if that's okay.
Yeah, shall we?
With the general
shall we
thrust
just?
that I'm gonna basically try and bribe them.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'll indicate that we're not refugees, but we're money.
So 5s would be
If
for
this
this as
doesn't
well.
work,
You've got a shit ton of converse though.
5
To be
converse,
fair.
and you got two more to roll.
Smooth talking.
Yeah.
So what was that?
Make and fake.
Okay, so
Nice.
Make
So-
it and fake it.
I'm gonna
Fake
check
it till
because
you
I
make it.
had some really cool fake ones.
Hello.
See, fake the number, fake the number of
mustache,
people that
yeah.
we're bringing in or something like that.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah,
The
we're only
mayor
bringing
of
like
this
14.
town.
It's just us.
500 people come through.
Okay, so the guy, the guy at the gate says, "I'm afraid," says, "I'm afraid can't let any more in." And and you're like, come on.
No, I'd be like, we're not refugees. We've got plenty of money and resources. We're here to help.
We're here to trade.
Yeah, exactly. We're here to trade. That's even better.
Okay, he looks
And-
a bit uncertain. No, sorry, you carry on.
I'll just say, like, I want to speak to the cardinal.
And he looks a bit uncertain, and he goes, I'll go and talk to my captain. But he sort of wavers there.
I'll say, well, okay, I know these guys are a bit corrupt. I could say, I could always make it worth your while.
Okay, and then he gets down and he runs off and he goes and finds the he goes and he says, I'll get the cardinal, and he just leaves because he also doesn't want to get his captain involved because then his captain will take his cut of the bribe. So he runs into the town. You alright there, Dan?
Sorry, yeah, no, I was just passing the salad over to my mum.
Oh, fair enough.
Check the thing.
Fair enough.
So it's just the...
That's quite alright, Dan. How are we doing? What's the time?
It's there, there's a big clock.
Yeah, there's a massive clock on the wall. Okay, so what were we talking about?
He's going to get the cardinal.
Yes, he's going to get the cardinal. So you two are sort of standing there. How is?
I'll explain to Raphael about the weakness in the wall.
Okay.
Right. Well, I think I'm going to use. I know I'm doing it at a disadvantage, but I'm going to use make. Or I'm going to. No, I'm going to use figure out. So
Yeah.
I'm going to stand. I'm not going to talk to these guys.
Yeah.
You know, they're a shame on our institution. So I'm going to use figure out, using the information that Ben's given me. I'm going to figure out a way how to potentially breach these walls if we so need to.
Okay. So you see that there in the wall. You can see there are some. If you look closely, you can see cracks, and you sort of peer in, and you can see that while the cracks have been plastered over, behind the structure's still weak, and that to support it, what they've done is they use cheap plaster reinforced with wooden struts. If you tethered something to these wooden struts and got a bunch of people or some animals and just pulled, then you could heave down the supports, and then the doors themselves wouldn't really be secured to the wall anymore, and you could just push them open or pull them down. So it would take you a little bit of time and some organisation, but you don't think you'd have any trouble getting these gates open. What other things do you have apart from?
I've got 2 on find control, 2 on make, 1 on muscle, and 1 on ride and drive.
Is this your
Always
second?
ride and drive, yeah.
Oh.
This guy.
Okay. So at this point, a guy comes running up to you. It's one of Dan's people actually. It's like a tumbler or someone quite agile. We sort of weave their way through the crowds and comes up to you and says, to you specifically, Raphael, you've got to come back quick. It looks like it might kick off.
I'm like, yeah, I got this.
Alright, I guess I've got to go back then.
Yeah. So you head
I'll
back.
send my guy as well.
And he's not happy about it.
Okay. So back at the
Can I just ask, on the whole, like, with the wall thing,
Yeah.
is there any scope for climbing it? Using the cracks, I mean, you know.
Yeah, there are certainly.
jam, that
Well, there
sort
are
of thing.
people in your party that can. There are probably someone in your party who can just climb like that. That's one of the powers some people have, just being able to climb vertical surfaces, which is why the wall has to be as high as it is, even if it's not that major a town, because it makes it a pain to climb up. But you know that if all of the Dawn Brigade are here, numerically they're probably stronger than you are.
But I was thinking more sort of sneaking around and opening the gates before anyone notices and storming.
You could do, but I mean, the population of this town is quite like it's bigger than the refugee population outside. Like it is a lot of people. Like so, your ability to occupy it with
Oh yeah, well I wouldn't be looking to occupy it, but I mean if we're letting all the refugees in, there's a stampede of several hundred refugees. How are they going to stop that? And then how are they going to separate those who have just come in with those who are outside?
So I'm not going to roleplay this out too much because I
Okay.
don't want to split the party 3 ways. But you go back and your
Yeah.
people are talking. There's some of your people and some of the Dawn Brigade who sort of patrol around, rough up the people in the city, in like the refugee thing. Make sure they're all kept in line. Take their protection rackets, that sort of thing. They're there, and then some of your people are there.
Oh,
And they're not looking. They're looking like they're sort of squaring off, looking like they want to fight.
Well, my people are looking like they want to
You're
fight.
both people. Both
I
sets of
suppose
people
my guys are feeling military, aren't they? So
Yes, exactly.
should see how my guys are.
Yeah, why not?
My guy's just in the city, like
I'm
juggling.
feeling urban.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they've just sort of melded. They've just sort of
Beats.
melted off into the crowd. They don't want to get involved in either side of these people who have armor and swords. can you just roll all your dice and sort of see how your guy, like pick a stack and see how your guy's going to want to try and kill a bunch of people or resolve this peacefully?
Well, the thing is, the two sort of options I've got is basically engineer or thief. So not much in the way
Neither of them
fighting.
particularly social. So what have you got?
Science, smarts, make, ride and drive, find control, figure out, and muscle. And the other one is street smarts, sneak, notice, figure out, traverse, and speed.
I'd go for the second one. You might get something with that.
Alright, hopefully get street smarts. We'll see. So many fives.
What are fives?
Traverse.
Okay, well you can.
That is completely useless.
You got to re-roll though. What are you trying to get? Street smarts.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
I haven't got
what?
a single one.
Or just
And
re-roll the lot then. Or hang on, what else have you got apart from traverse?
figure out and speed. So speed is useless. Figure out might be.
I mean, you don't need traverse. I just reroll them all, right?
I think if you got street smarts, I'd let you resolve this situation. Oh, hang on, no. So, you people might just have to have a bit of a fight. But you can.
You got to reroll at least.
Yeah,
How many
your
of these
reroll.
of this dawn guard or dawn patrol are there?
There's about a half dozen people on each side. Like it's not a big. Not even all your people have been drawn in. They've met each other. Not even back at your caravan. This is out in the city a bit. So yeah, just reroll a lot and see what happens. That wasn't.
That was not what I was hoping for. And again, 3 5s.
Okay.
They really want me to traverse something here.
Yeah.
What are the fours?
4s, I've got 2 figure out and 2 sneaks.
Do you have +1s with any?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
sneak.
Okay.
But
I'll let you.
oh wait, no, I've got 3 on figure out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna
I
let
can-
you. So no one's really watching.
Mm.
You can sneak in and get a sword at the throat of the main, what's it called, guy of the Dawn Brigade, and be like, "We don't want any trouble here, do we?" Like you just get up behind him.
Okay.
Is that all right? Like I don't want to dictate your character. Do you think that's how he'd react? Like that's something you can do. That's,
Yeah, I think that's.
You can
That's
kill him
something
if
I'd
you
go
want,
for.
but if you'd rather,
No, I don't want to be looking for a killing.
you're just like,
So-
"Look, we don't have a problem here, do we?"
Mm.
You're like, and then you're like, "Do we? Do your own people?"
I'm not going to rough him up. I'm literally just stand behind.
Yeah.
And lightly rest the sword on his shoulder, right up
Yeah,
against
like
the
just
femoral
against his-
artery, and
Yeah,
not got a problem here.
Right, the weak point in his carapace.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Now, what do you have that isn't sneak? You've got a bunch of.
Traverse.
Okay, and what's the other one?
Well, these are figure outs.
Okay, I'm gonna sort of ignore those prompts. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say
there's
that
not really anything there, is
you
there?
break the fight up.
Yeah.
But you lose a bit of face in front of your own people. They sort of they've all got their blood
wanted-
up,
yeah.
and they wanted to fight, and they're slightly annoyed at you. They diffused it, and they're like, if Derek was here, he wouldn't have handled it that way, or something like that. Like the people don't look at you quite as favourably as they would, especially since you're only second in command.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to Ben. A smaller door within the outer door opens, and the guard steps in and says, "The Cardinal will see you."
Cool. I'll go with him.
Rough him up.
Just beat the shit out of it.
If this was D&D, I'd say roll to seduce.
Well, Ben's character's got a +5 to seduce. Okay, so you meet him. He's actually he isn't. You don't go all the way up to the cathedral. He's actually walking around. He's got a bunch of both Dawn Brigade and his own personal sort of. They're dressed like monks, but they're carrying like maces.
Okay.
And he's walking around, sort of fanning himself, looking at the walking around the town's
Fan
markets.
himself. What are my impressions of him?
He looks a little bit foppish, I would say. And he looks up and he says, "Oh, you must be the supposed leader of the band of heroes that have turned up at our gate determined to protect us from the on-running Myrmidon horde."
It would be our pleasure.
Fake it till you make it.
He just looks at you like sort of sarcastically and says, "Now, I'm afraid we simply don't have the space within the city to accommodate your, well, I won't say rabble." And he sort of picks up a piece of fruit off one of the store owners and says, "Oh, this looks like a really nice apple." And so he goes, "Please, your Excellency, take it. Glory be to God." And he goes, "Thank you." And he walks on, just takes a bite out of it. Now, I could actually just eat some fruit while I do this, couldn't I? Pass me an apple, Dan.
I mean, are they going to be apples?
No, they're probably something like they're small, but they end up being massive. But it'll be something like an elderberry.
Cool. Or you can have like a nectarine.
No, I think apple's good. I don't really like nectarines.
Oh, good role playing. It's like I'm really there. Is there any way that
not an ant?
Ben can tell whilst you're walking
So,
if like there's space?
The people at the front of the city, I'm going to be honest, are not the most obedient.
I don't speak for them. I've got 50 skilled warriors. I've got 16 caravans full of food and supplies. I can give you a great rate on them.
As you see, we're living like princes within this wall. You look around and you see quite a few destitute people, and some nobles walking back and forth. Almost all the nobles have guards with them. He says, "We have we have a place set up for these people, refugees, where they can be safe and they can be among their own kind, you know, their own refugee kind. But some of them simply want to come within the city, and we've taken as many as we can. There's just no way. It's absolutely packed."
Munch.
I see that you're trying your best. This city lacks a lot of the essentials, though. Where's your literature?
Why?
Do you even support the arts?
One of the monks who goes and says, "Our library is the finest in the land."
I've heard only terrible things.
Only terrible.
We have one of the original copies of Jutley's History of the Northerns.
Sure. But have you? And then I don't have any books.
Roll.
Probably.
Roll and see what you get.
Fake. Just fake.
Make
Come
it till
on,
you make
fake.
it.
That's good. That's a good start.
With a reroll.
Okay. All right. Sort
Two
of.
ones, 2 threes.
2 fakes and two converters.
Okay.
What are the sixes?
So you.
Oh, and also 2 science. Not that it's likely to help. I say, oh,
You
the
fake knowledge about a
Julie's,
scientific.
oh,
You
I'm
fake
sure
knowledge about a
that's
scientific book.
a
Yeah.
scientific test, like an old scientific test. Like I say, I'm sure that would be impressive, but his theories are somewhat out of date. No.
Yeah.
Okay, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. And he just looks at you and goes, "That sounds very convincing."
I am convinced.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a negative consequence, which is that he wants to talk to you some more about this, and he says, "Really, because I always found that that he was really quite avant-garde when compared to others amongst his time. Like, have you ever read Horbury's work?" And at this point in the the cardinal says, "Enough, Joko. Please, brother, you're disgracing your good stature." And turns back to you and he says, "Not an hour's ride north of here is an hour's march north of here is Mouseful, a lovely little settlement. Can't recommend it enough. And I suggest you go there. There's a place there where you'll be safe from the elements, and I would sincerely love it if you could encourage as many of the people outside the city to head there as well, because we simply can't afford. I would hate to see so many refugee souls swept away by the torrents."
What else do we have? Do we have anything else to convince him? Not really. That was
You
our
can
one
lean on
bargain.
the books more. You can.
We've got books. We've got books.
And Joko sort of trying to contain himself, and he's like, "Well, we can pay you handsomely
Well,
for those."
Also, we do have armed forces in case there's invading forces.
You think we're going to stand by the red?
Yeah, exactly. And then
Brigade?
Dawn Brigade, and then what's the name of your people's thing?
That's
Do
true.
you know?
Yeah.
I haven't really got one yet.
Oh, anyway, they say that, and they're like
Let's go with the Raven. The Raven's good. Mercenary Band's my favourite book. So go with the
Awesome.
Raven.
You think he goes?
The Raven's like a dragon as well.
If you count the Raven as a mercenary company, I think of them more as a bunch of pencil pushers, really.
This guy's an Okay.
Ben, please relay this information to me, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try the books one more time, and I say, I think didn't I don't know what kind of name people have in Eastern US.
That's fine, just make one up, and then that'll be like a whole country's worth of names.
Didn't Ekluk have an excellent treatise on how to deal with rainstorms?
Yeah, make a roll.
It's not looking so good this time.
Oh, you got a bunch of connections.
I might re-roll those. Oof. It's gonna be... Okay. Partial successes once again. So 2 sciences, 2 converses.
Okay, and what were the other ones?
Connections.
Fake and connections.
Okay, so he says, oh, I haven't actually read that one. Would you mind if I came out and had a look? I'm sure that our Lord Cardinal would accept that our library is one of the greatest institutions and glories to God within the city, and that we must do anything we can. We pay handsomely to take them on.
Well,
And the Cardinal just sort of rolls his eyes and goes, and he sort of drops the fruit and says, mediocre. And he says, fine, I suppose that we can afford some sort of financial settlement, but we could not take.
Oh, sorry.
That's right. We could not take any more in the city. We just don't have the room. I mean, our Lord is a compassionate one, but there are limits.
What do I know about Mouse Haven?
You've never heard of it.
It's probably like it's got about 4 houses or something. Like it's going to be a hamlet.
You don't know. You might be able to ask around about it later.
His interaction with these guys, is he kind of like suffering them, or is he also like is he putting up with them because he has to?
What, the Cardinal and his attendants?
Yeah.
He's putting. Most of them have been silent. It's only this one who it seems like he's putting up with, and you're not really sure why.
Okay, I'll say to him, I'll be happy to show you.
Okay.
You just need to come out with me.
Cool. And then the Cardinal says, okay, but be sure to be gone before the storm. I shouldn't think you've got more than 3 or 4 hours. Okay, I'm going to... Well, I'll quickly, we'll roleplay the other bit, like speed time. So the guy comes out and he's pretty astonished, and him and Madam Nist get involved in an overly long conversation.
I'll try and convince him. I'll say, you have to, without seeing these books can be ruined in the rain.
He says, oh,
all this knowledge lost.
And he goes, oh, I'll certainly take the books. And this lovely Madam Miss, I'm sure that we can spare some supplies, anything you need, really.
I'll say that I won't be able to convince my people to let go of them.
No.
Okay, make a roll.
Which one?
Yeah, why don't you roll your people? Come on, let's see what one of them says.
They're common. Fuck.
One of them is walking past and he says, yeah, I'm really happy. Oh god, I don't know how you imagine the books. Like, dog leaves just aren't the same, They're just not as smooth down there. Walks off and they both look at him and then at you. And then he says, would 500, I think 500 coils would settle the matter comfortably. Coils are the currency. They're small iridescent snail shells.
We're not after money though at the moment, are we? We're after shelter.
And this is for
The
the
money's
Republic.
no use at all.
This is for the Republic and swearing there.
Okay, I'm going to skip back to you guys.
Can I quickly just...
So you're not going to sell the books.
Can-
Madam
No.
Miss is going to come with. Won't leave the books. The guy leaves disappointed.
Can I do anything with... I know my people are kind of out and about in the city, just sort of juggling and making some coin.
Yeah.
Or coil. Could they do something else, perhaps? Maybe my second or...
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the thing is, my second doesn't actually have any stats yet, but I'd be using the thief one, or probably Geth, and he's got thief.
Yeah.
So I could borrow this.
Yeah, you can use look at his thief, and you can roll on that if you want.
That
So
one on the
decide. Like, do you think he's going to try and like sneak into the city or something?
She just kind of wants to
Sorry.
gauge if like there would potentially be enough space to fit everyone. Because it seems like no one's been able to concretely.
Sure. What?
Say-
So
Has anyone been able to concretely see if like the
It
city?
seemed like it could definitely take more people.
Oh really? Oh okay. In which case, I don't know what she'd do then.
Yeah, it might be best just to.
Could my people start? Because it seems like we're not going to be trying to go to this other place. Should my people start? Putting up
Well,
big tents?
let's. I'm saying like your people. All of this has taken a couple of hours. I'm saying your group might end up back at the city, like in time, not that long after this. If you know what I mean, like
Right.
depending on what happens.
But I
with
don't know
the-
how long it would take to put up the tent if we needed to. You know, that's my thing.
Okay.
Like, should I be putting up the tent? Because that can still hold people. Like, how long would it take to put it up and put it away?
Roll one dice and see how your people are feeling.
Yeah.
But ultimately, that's up to you. Your second can make that decision. Oh no, because it would be Bingley and Boogly, wouldn't it?
Mingly Boogly.
Whatever they're called.
My second.
No, because your second's not actually in charge. Bingle and Bongle.
Oh, right. Bungley and Boogle. are
Yes,
in charge.
Dan.
Yes.
How did you not get a Bingle?
Sorry, I thought you were talking about my.
Are you talking about Bungle and Boo?
No.
You
My.
said Boogle and Bungle.
No.
I didn't know who that was.
Because with the other with
Bradford
Joe's
Bingley.
RPG, mine's called Boogly. My character. I thought you meant like because they're a thiefy type as well.
Oh no, I know. I
Right.
didn't think that. Sorry.
Wait. So what you're saying? They're in charge. They'll decide what to do. Right.
Yeah.
4. They're feeling rural. So do with that what you will, Rob.
I guess they're thinking, wait, we'll be fine out here.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So they start unpacking the big top.
Okay.
Right. I want to swap back to you guys.
Before we go back to like the healing and that sort of thing, can I just take a quick roll to see how my people are feeling? So I have I want to, and I assume Ben
Your
has
people
relayed
back at the place.
at
the city.
At the city, yeah. I
Yeah.
assume Ben has relayed the little pencil pusher
Yeah.
comment. So I want to see how my people are feeling. I know how they should be feeling. Mercantile. Can I re-roll that, please? That is not how they would. No one would respond to it like that.
Maybe they're thinking, let's steal from them. Let's steal from these dicks, these guards, or something.
They feel okay. Fine. Yeah. Do a reroll.
It sounds like they just that sort of.
One military.
Military.
That's exactly what I had earlier anyway. So that was
That's
completely
fine.
honest.
They're feeling fighty.
Right.
The same as ever.
I know.
And they're dissatisfied. They're a bit dissatisfied with Raphael. They think he's showing them. They think he's not showing adequate display of strength in front of the other thing, which is weird because he almost murdered one of them. But that's how they feel.
Okay, just quickly then. Raphael gathers the portion of men with the caravan. Stands up. Flexes his hand a little bit.
Well,
Gentlemen,
building a tent.
it's been a stain upon our honour done to us by the Dawn Brigade. And I will see that stain answered.
Okay.
I need all your gold. What we're going to do, we're going to hatch a nice little plan. I'm going to sneak into the city with our gold. And I'm going to have a word with the Dawn Brigade. They won't know who I am. I'm just a, potential business partner. And basically the plan involves hiring them to kill the Cardinal. In the meantime, we'll tip off the Cardinal. I assume the Cardinal has other troops other than the Dawn Brigade. I want to frame the Dawn Brigade for attempting to murder the Cardinal. And then we can offer our services to tear them a new asshole.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Right.
Devious!
That's brilliant. I'm going to resolve that after we deal with the situation back at the thing.
After the break.
So you've gone off. You're still healing the guy. You've gone off to. You're going to be healed by the time they get back. So we worry about that. You have gone off and you approach the. So how
Big
do
ass
you
beetle.
approach? Do you come out like? Do you just like burst out? Do you sneak up and then emerge? Do you make yourself?
We make it known that we're approaching. We
Okay.
don't do anything to
You
hide
sort
our
of, you sort of
presence.
stomp a bit.
Yeah.
You're walking the steps.
We call out to them announcing our approach.
Okay.
Completely
so,
non-threatening.
So a few of the guards turn around looking really panically. One of them actually looses an arrow, but it settles off like obviously basically by accident from a crossbow, goes sailing off in the wrong direction. They're like, "Stay where you are." And then a voice from inside the thing goes, "Who is it?" From inside the palanquin.
It's Marshal Darrick, sir.
And then the curtain gets pulled back, and you see it's the governor, who steps down and says, "You," and he storms up and he's like, "Guards, kill this man!"
I don't think he's happy with us. What did we do?
What did we do?
Right.
We left the city!
We made a riot in the city.
I mean, yes,
I
we
forgot
did.
about that.
I guess.
That was you guys. We just set a fire outside the
That's
city. We
cool,
delayed
yeah.
the attack.
Oh right, yeah, we
We
did.
sort of
do those
all work
things, didn't we?
together.
And we made everyone leave.
How
Yeah.
many people are we dealing with here?
There's about 20 of them, but some of them look injured. They all look tired. None of them look in a fit state.
They don't want to fight. They don't want to fight.
Okay, my guard, the sort of 4 of them or so, casually draw their weapons, looking nice and relaxed and ready to fight, not intimidated whatsoever.
Okay.
In the meantime, Derek, steps forward. It's like, settle down. There's no need for a fight here. I came to see if there was any assistance that we could offer you. We saw you flying over, looking a little bit ragged.
Yeah, you actually, now you're closer, you can see that the beetle is like dying. Its underside is peppered with arrows and javelins. All the wasps look in better shape, but this stag is on its way out, and it's sort of crushed a bunch of stems under, and it's landed, and it's breathing heavily, and its rider is sort of there stroking its side of its head, sort of like someone who's at the beach when there's been a beach whale trying to like just ease some of its pain. Make a roll. Do like a
How my people are feeling? Or
no.
how he's
Do
feeling?
like I would say roll against what's it called? Your military leader type thing, and see
Yep.
see what sort of things you get coming out.
We can-
Shoot,
Oh my god, no.
fight, ride and drive, connections and resources.
Right. So
Right.
if you want your guys to all just unleash a pattern of fire and pick a bunch of people down, that's an option. You could also use your ride and drive to go over and sort of give the beast some comfort.
What are the guards doing? Are they advancing in a
They're just standing there
formation?
looking really indecisive, and the governor is. I'll tell you what. How do you react? I'll tell you what the governor does.
What? How's my person react or my men react?
Your person / your men. Because if you do the shoot, I'll let you use. Like,
Well, we
your men
did
to-
the whole thing. My men, as soon as they said kill them, my men, casually drew their weapons, looking nice and relaxed and limber, ready to fight.
Yeah.
He stepped forward, settled down, and offered assistance. At this stage, I guess he turns to one of them and says, "Go and fetch the healer." We turn back and we see, your men are clearly wounded. They're exhausted. A fight here will serve no purpose whatsoever. Let us help each other.
Okay, that's good. Actually, I don't even think you
Yeah,
need
it
to use
doesn't use any of this.
doesn't really use any of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Just a
think,
good speech.
yeah, I'm just going to say that was good. That was good RP. You can just do that. The governor, who looks exhausted because he hadn't been sleeping for a while anyway, yet before he rode all night away from the city, goes, "All right, men, stand down." He looks at you and he says, "I haven't forgiven you. I consider this help reparations for damage done."
At which point, what damage are you holding us accountable for, sir?
You gutted my city. Men fled. So many men fled. He caused panic. He caused deaths in the streets. We lost so many of my guards deserted. We had to pull back to the inner wall. And then when they came, the people, some brave souls hid in the tenements at the edge of the town and set up to trap the ants as they came in. And then when they drew back to our gates, we couldn't let them in because the ants were so close behind them. And I watched 1,000 good people of my city, slain at my gates as my troops watched. And all these men have seen that, and that's on you.
Probably would have happened anyway, actually.
Well, no, I'm going to step in here and say, with all due respect, sir, we fled with barely 500 souls, including the three groups that made up the original party. You're talking about a massacre on the scale of thousands. How could our 500 leaving have such a drastic effect on the city?
He just looks exhausted, and he goes, "Can you take us as far as Northred?"
That's the other city
Yeah.
we're going to. So that's where the most of the caravan is heading now. We're staying back to heal an old man who helped us on our way. But as soon as that's done, and if the storm looks like it's going to pass, we'll be on our way as well.
He nods and he says, "I'll ride with you."
Right. Well, I guess at this point we explain to them we have, we fortified a few buildings. They're welcome to find some space there, rest up. We'll be on
Okay.
guard, heal up.
Okay. So their people come back with you to the settlement. I'm gonna say Ben's character walks in. He's got a fine hat which he's stolen off someone as his like token costume.
So you
right? So he
stroll
looks
in.
like
Yeah,
it, and they're like, Sir Winstanley, please.
Hello.
How is everybody?
Because at the moment her eyes are too big for her head, so as soon as she looks to the side, they just bulge
We'll
out.
just drag our eyes in a bit.
Okay, so-
There's no in between, Ben. There's no in between. You're gonna have large, large face
Oh, no.
or knife face.
I don't want anything. I just want to end.